Hello, good morning, everybody. Marcus Conti reporting. How are you, man? How's everybody doing? How you doing? How you doing? Wow, what a beautiful day today. It's sunny. It's sunny and clear. And you know why it's beautiful? Because when you get up really early and there's no clouds in the sky, and today was a full moon. If you're wondering why people are acting so crazy, I don't know if you believe it or not, but and it's not because of the moon launch. It's not because humans are going back to the moon. It's because the moon is what we think of as full. But it's not really, I mean, it's only full to the human eye. We see it as full because the sun is kind of directly behind us and it shines on the moon. What a beautiful sight. Really, what a beautiful sight right early in the morning. Um, right at dawn when it's not really that nighttime kind of darkness. It gets a little lighter, and and the full moon is just so bright and you know just amazing with the little stars, dotted stars around it. Hey man, this is the simple things in life that you have to realize, right? With your own eye, with your naked eye, you could see, a million miles away and see the moon. You could see the North Star trillion light years away with your own eye, right? Although you can't see any more than just a little spot of light. But isn't that enough? Isn't that enough to know that something is a 100 billion light years away where you could never get there, but you could see it? Isn't that amazing, right? Isn't that amazing? And what's on the other side of that, right? These are the types of things you think about if you get up early in the morning and stop worrying about goddamn politics like we're about to. Um, but anyway, today is November 10 in the year 2022, broadcasting live from Northeast Pennsylvania, where there is still elections in America, third day after the elections, because in America we can't get it right. We can't just have elections in real time, right? It's so simple. Such a simple thing to do. But fortification and other shenanigans prevent that from happening in our great country. So we have to wait. And then, the lawyers and the politicians will sit down and then tell you who won. So that's where we're at right now. We could have had a very simple process of in this country. What real-time election? All right, look, if you send in a mail-in ballot or any other ballot prior to the actual November 8 election, we count those up and we publish them. There they are. Right? We know who's winning. We know who's losing. And then legal challenges can come later. And then on November 8, in real time, people vote. And we see the tally happen in real time. And when the polls close, bang, you know who won. Why is that so difficult? Why is it so hard to do? Why can't we do it in this country? I don't know. Well, I do know. And I think you know too. And I think YouTube knows too, and I think everybody knows, but that's just the state of our great democracy. Right? So anyway, good morning, everybody in the chat. Vinny DiMartini, what's up, Vinny? My brother from a different mother. TJ, what's up, man? JJ Wolf in the house. Saw Jim Gerard in the house. Yoga Fish. Kenneth Byrne. Cats of Philly Camden, what's up, man? So good morning, everybody, and Champs is here too. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. And we're gonna crunch some news today. A lot of blame going in the direction of Trump. Trump, what the punditry is trying to say is that most of the people that Trump endorsed lost. That's not true, actually. Trump endorsed a lot of people. Trump endorsed hundreds of candidates, or probably over 100 candidates, and some of them had were landslide wins. So, but the amplification is getting more intense for a Republican candidate to step forward already and challenge the geriatric man in the White House. Now, it does look like DeSantis and Trump. You talk about a bloody primary. I think that's precisely what plays into the hands of the Democrats. If the Republicans come out bloodying themselves up, then that's advantage Democrat. Now, I think honestly, I think that the Republicans have a good shot of stealing the White House. It's just why not put up a woman? Why not, Republicans? What a great idea! Could you imagine the Democrats attacking the first woman? Old white man Joe, Democrat, and suddenly there's this young, vibrant, 40-something-year-old, beautiful woman running in the Republican Party, articulate. I like Sarah Huckabee Sanders. I think that she's got the right tone. She's got the right tone for America. That's what you need. Right? Even look at the Republican in the great state of Pennsylvania right here, the senator Oz for the Senate race, Oz versus Fetterman. Oz was not a charismatic gentleman. He was a TV actor. I guess he's good on screen. He's good in the frame. But when it came to politics, he couldn't hold it up. So you need somebody who knows how to take the fire when the fire is being fired at them. So I think that the Republicans, DeSantis is a good pick, but talk about a better pick. You talk about like Sarah Huckabee Sanders, or I think Sarah Palin is just too out there. I don't think she's a good candidate. I don't think she has enough political, savvy to pull it off. But find a goddamn woman already, Republicans. Find a sexy woman that we could all enjoy looking at and listening to, because that's all America cares about. It's superficial, man. So pick a woman, and you'll win. Right? So I don't know, man. So this is my thumbnail today. Herschel Walker. The big story really is, it looks like confirmed that the House of Representatives will go the way of the Democrats. Not by as big a margin as expected, but who cares? As long as the Democrats are not controlling the House of Representatives, that is a good thing. Loss of power, goodbye. Nancy Pelosi, get the hell out of the way. Go take care of your husband with the hole in his head from the hammer, and put up some better ideas. Now, in the Senate, I don't know, maybe it's just me. They're saying that the Senate is going to stay in Democratic power. Young Turks are saying that. Kyle Kalinske and his, do you know that Kyle Kalinske is engaged to Crystal Ball? You know the chick Crystal Ball, the commentator, right? Yeah, sexy bitch, right? And Kyle Kalinske, who's I think 6 years younger, he got in there. Kyle Kalinske got in there, man. And he's gonna marry Crystal Ball. Nice couple. Nice. They seem to be compatible, right? Very articulate. Same industry. They'll probably eat each other, not physically, but spiritually, right? But anyway, man. Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi came out against women's bodily autonomy, says Weevil Girl. Tulsi Gabbard is not the proper woman. Tulsi Gabbard is today she's left, tomorrow she's right. She's not it, right? She pisses off too many people, Tulsi Gabbard. She's not the one. But Sarah Huckabee Sanders, that's a savvy fucking pick right there, right? In my view. So Sarah Huckabee Sanders, if she wins, man, Conti picked her. I picked her. I put her out there. I picked her name out of the hat and said, run, run, run. Look, she just won the governorship of Arkansas. And 2 years from now, she'll be she'll be prime. We'll see. So the big deal is Herschel Walker down in the great state of Georgia for the balance of the Senate. The balance of the Senate lies in the hands of a amazing football player, also an MMA boxer. I didn't fighter. I didn't know that Herschel Walker was also an MMA fighter. He also was. He went to the Olympics on a bobsled. This guy's a real fucking athlete, man. He's a talented dude. And it looks like there will be a runoff. You talk about all eyes on an election down in Georgia. Within the next 30 days, we're going to get a runoff, and it looks like Herschel Walker will probably win it. In my view, he came down. He was beat slightly. No contestant got past 50%, and the other guy beat him out by like 20,000 votes. But in Georgia, there's a spoiler. His name is Oliver, or her name, whatever. Oliver got like almost 2% of the vote. So that's a lot. It's like 80,000 outstanding votes. So hypothetically, historically, I don't know if there's really historic precedence, but I would think that the libertarian slash independent that, you know, those 80,000 in a runoff will probably break for the Republican. So it looks like Herschel Walker could look fucking, you know, Dr. Oz lost to a mental patient, a guy without his mental mind that was reading, couldn't even sew a sentence together, right? In Pennsylvania, right? Flipping Pennsylvania's Senate seat that was held by a Republican, Toomey, right? He couldn't beat, you know, and it got flipped to Fetterman, Democrat. So that hurt, right? If Oz would have won, we wouldn't have really been having this deep conversation about Herschel Walker. But nonetheless, we are. And go, Herschel Walker. So my name is Marcus Conte. I have a website. It's marcusconte.com. I didn't key it up, but go there and check it out. It's really good, right? So let's talk about going back to the moon briefly. It does look like NASA is flipping and flopping on the date to send the rocket ship back to the moon, right through the Van Halen belt, a loop around the moon, check out the dark side, see what's over there. The Chinese are probably already there. Do a loop around the moon and come back. 1,000,000+ mile trip. Nobody on the rocket, but a capsule that can handle at least 4 astronauts for the next trip. Artemis 3, by the way, is going to be the one with people on it. But they have a date. There's another tropical storm coming. Tropical storm Nicole has caused a relaunch for Artemis 1, and it looks like November 16. So November 16, that's less than a week away. It's going to be early in the morning, but who cares? For some reason, they got a window that opened up at 1 a.m. in the morning. And so we're going. We're keeping track of it. We're keeping track. We want to know. We want to see the new pictures of Earth from the moon and confirm that it's round and not flat, and that the moon is not liquid, and that we could actually communicate with something that far away. That was one of the arguments that was made with the moon landing people. People say, how could he fucking be? How could Louis Armstrong be talking to President Nixon or whoever it was on the phone? It's not possible. It's too far away. That's ignorance of technology. We're gonna show you. We're gonna show you that we're a lot smarter than you think, right? We are. We really are. So we're going back to the moon. Let's. This is an interesting subject. I don't know what people on this channel would think, or maybe I do. Here's a man who killed his mother and buried her in the yard in Texas. He killed his mother 20 years ago, and she was a pain in the ass, and he killed her. I believe he hit her in the head with a shovel, and then buried her. And he got they killed him. They executed him in the great state of Texas. Now it raises the question of capital punishment. Should humans be taking the lives of other humans, regardless of how despicable and how fucked up they are. He killed his mother. Right? Should he rot in jail for the rest of his life? Should we torture him for the rest of his life? Or should we just inject him with something and kill him? I don't know. But this is the story. He gave his last words. His name is Tracy Beatty, 61 years old. A man convicted of strangling. I'm sorry, he didn't hit her with a shovel. He strangled her. Strangled his mother to death and buried her body in her own yard nearly 20 years ago. Tracy Beatty, 61, uttered, "See you on the other side," before he received a lethal injection of phenobarbital at the state penitentiary in Huntsville. The inmate was found guilty of murdering Karen Click. I want to read some of what he said. Right? Beatty choked up and began sobbing when the warden asked if he had any final words before his life was ended. There it is. This is what we do as humans. We strap you in. You kill your mother, and we kill you. Right? And then kill, and the killing continues, right? You kill, and then we kill. And we call it even. Eye for an eye, right? So he says, "I just want to thank," Beatty spoke directly to his wife, who was watching through the glass. "I don't want to leave you, baby. See you when you get there. I love you." Is this the way we should do it in America? Is this the way? I mean, the guy killed. Right? 20 years later, why wait 20 years? Why did we wait 20 years to kill him after he killed his mother? Has justice been served? I don't know. I don't know. I just think killing is killing, regardless of intentional or as retaliation, right? He killed, right? Definitely keep him away from other people because he's a killer, right? How many people did he kill in jail while he was in jail? None. I don't know. Weevil Girl says, "I'm not sure either. I used to be against it. Now I'm not sure. I gotta. Mad Cow Mark says, "Kill and be killed." Yeah, I guess in self-defense, that's justifiable. If somebody's trying to kill you, you kill them first before you get killed. That's understandable. But once somebody kills, you know what I'm saying. I don't want to go too far into it, but I read the story and then I read his words and then I read the cruelty behind the killing, and I don't know if it's right or wrong. I don't know. Anyway, so big fucking bucket of shit being dumped on Donald Trump's head. Here's how Donald Trump sabotaged the Republican midterms. Did Donald Trump sabotage the Republican midterm? I don't think so. This guy got hatcheted. John Gibbs, GOP candidate for Michigan 3rd Congress, lost after being endorsed by Trump. We know Oz. Look at his son, man. I don't know. You see what I'm saying, man? He didn't look the part. That's the problem Oz had. Right? I mean, his kids are fucking duh, and duh. Duh, and duh. Right. So Oz lost. I don't think it had to do with Trump. Who else? Masters. Mr. Masters. Herschel Walker. All Trump endorsees. But then again, Trump endorsed the whole Republican Party. Right. He even endorsed Ron DeSantis, who he doesn't like anymore. And Ron DeSantis had a blowout victory in Florida. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think Trump was to blame. I think that maybe some of the far right, like Mastriano here in Pennsylvania, the governor who is arguably far right. I don't think so. I looked at his, the stuff that he was talking about, but I didn't think he was so far right that it didn't matter anymore. So this is the story right here, according to CNN, very trustworthy organization. 3 states will decide the Senate. Now, in the great state of Arizona, there are so many shenanigans and hubba hubbas going on over there, and nobody knows what the hell's ever going on in the great state of Arizona. And it looks like, you remember when Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton ran, and they basically, you know, whatever, man. The place is upside down in terms of elections. They need a total revamping of their system. But with 76% of the vote in, they still haven't called it for Kelly. Masters looks like a full 5% behind him. And I don't see how he pulls off a win. Was Kelly already over the 50 percentile mark? I don't know what the challenge is down there or why there's only 76% of the vote in, but it doesn't matter because look at the balance, right? Democrats got 48, Republicans got 49. So these are the states that matter, right? It wasn't Arizona. I was talking about Nevada. I'm sorry. I was talking about Nevada when I was talking about Arizona. In Nevada, the fortification to maintain Democratic control is bigly, right? So we're going to have it looks like a runoff in Nevada. Candidates Laxalt, who got 49.4 to Cortez Mastro, the Democrat, who got 47.6. So if and Herschel Walker, let's look at that one. That's the big one right there. Here's the full details of the Herschel Walker scenario. Where did this Oliver guy win? 2%, 80,000. See, this is the balance right here. Neither candidate got. Warnock got 49.2. Walker got 48.7. Right? And Oliver got 2.1%. Now look at the map. All Walker has to do is flip a few brothers in Atlanta and Savannah and maybe in Columbus, Georgia. That's all he's got to do. Look, everything else is red. The whole goddamn state went for Herschel Walker. All you got to do is flip a few, right? And get in there and don't let them bully you out of the goddamn shit, right? Where's I don't want to look at this. Where's so Senate. All right, so it looks like through with the naked eye, if Herschel Walker pulls off a victory in Georgia, that would put the Republicans at 50. Democrats would stay at 48. And then Nevada, right? Nevada would then, if Nevada goes red, as it looks like it will, that would put the Republicans at 51. So I don't understand why people are saying that the Senate is going to go Democrat. How? How is that going to happen? Even if Arizona, that puts it 49-49, and well then in Georgia, then Warnock would have to win. All right, so there's all eyes are on Georgia, Arizona, and Nevada for the runoff. In terms of the House, it's fair to say that Republicans will now control the House of Representatives in the United States of America. Nancy Pelosi will soon not be Speaker of the House anymore. And Republicans, pick somebody already. Pick somebody that fucking matters. I guess whoever. Who cares, really? So there you go, man. So a lot of flippy floppy. You see the Reds? A lot of Republican flips in the in the House. Very, very few, if any, Democratic flips. I don't see any. Maybe in California, one or two. But there you go, man. So that's the election as you had it. Let's listen to Herschel Walker. Hannity had him on. This is the race. This is the one to look at. You got the the ex-football player, MMA boxer Herschel Walker, 12-time, football celebrity, played on the Dallas Cowboys, the New Jersey Giants. Let's listen.
All right, we can also report tonight that Herschel Walker and incumbent Senator Raphael Warnock are headed to a December runoff in Georgia as neither candidate hit the 50% threshold to win outright. Now, this is a race that will likely determine Senate control. And ask yourself, how many Georgia voters still don't know all the details about Warnock's extreme record, past scandals like, calling cops, comparing them to thugs and gangsters, being accused of, after a domestic dispute.
Get to the point, Hannity.
With his ex-wife of trying to use a car to run her over, ran over her foot. This is now time to expose all of it. Herschel Walker joins us. Herschel, I would imagine that you probably would have liked to have gotten a 50% plus one. But I also got to imagine you'd never thought you'd get into politics. Here you are in a runoff in one of the most significant races this election season that will have a profound impact on this country.
Well, it is, Sean, and I never thought that I ever do this, but I think the Lord prepared me for a moment like this right here, because right now I know that a vote for Herschel Walker is a vote that the Georgia people voices could be heard in Washington, D.C. Not only the people in Georgia, but American voices could be heard, because a vote for Senator Warnock is going to have Kamala Harris making the decision for them. And I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to fight, and I think people have seen me fight, and they're trying to buy this seat. They're going to do everything they can to buy this seat, so I'm going to need your help, everyone out there help to say, hey, guys, we're not going to let them buy this seat. I want everyone to go to teamherschel.com, because you've seen now that I'm going to fight. They're going to have to come through me to get to you, and I'm not going to let that happen.
I believe it, man. Herschel Walker's a tough mother effer, right? Herschel Walker, he ain't going anywhere. He ain't going anywhere. It's gonna be bloody knuckles down there in Georgia with these two guys whacking each other. Right?
I look at this background and I wonder if people that just want a regular, steady, Democratic, vote, a steady vote, and they look at Warnock as basically a rubber stamp. Because when you look at his record, here you have a guy that wants to end cash bail, legislative filibuster. Cops are compared to thugs and gangsters. You look at the rest of his record. Do you want CRT in schools being taught? He's got a terrible track record. He ran a camp, and there were allegations of child abuse. He was arrested for obstruction of justice.
You could see already how Fox is going to bat. You could see how the campaigning is already starting for Herschel Walker. The whole Republican Party is going to go to bat. This guy, Harnack, whatever his name is, oh my God, they're gonna slaughter this guy. Anything that Herschel Walker ever did in the past too is gonna come up. I bet there's gonna be 10 white women that Herschel Walker flashed his dick at come forward. Maybe a couple of gay men too will come forward.
Justice, praising Farrakhan, Jeremiah Wright, Fidel Castro. Are people in Georgia aware of all of this? Because I think if they were, I lived in Georgia 4 years. That's not the Georgia that I know.
I want to address that. Cindy Minnie says, Dems are calling Herschel dumb. You know what? Here's the thing about intelligence, right? Herschel Walker is a genius in certain areas. You know how hard it is to get your body to do what Herschel Walker did? Right? He mastered 3 separate sports. First football, then bobsledding, and then he was a competitive boxer. Kickboxer. Right? Guy's no joke, right? And whether he's super articulate in the sense of what we think of as articulate doesn't really matter. The guy's got incredible instinct, right? It's like the military people are like that. Great military leaders are like that. They're very they don't say much, but they know exactly what they're talking about, right? There's no chit chat. They go right to the point. So I'll credit Walker as being one of those guys at this point, right? And he's widely he has wide appeal in the great state of Georgia, obviously based on the results.
know that would vote for people that think like that?
Well, you said something earlier. The media is not my friend. The media is going to put my record out there, but yet I've been transparent with everything I've ever done, and he hasn't. But let's not just talk about that record. Let's talk about him as a senator. As a senator,
Quinn Smith points out he's a country boy, right? Exactly. Look at his choice of clothes, appealing to the people of Georgia. He looks like he's got a like a picnic, like the colors of a picnic tablecloth for a shirt. I wouldn't wear that, but who am I? I'm gray and picnic shirt. He's a country boy, buckwheat.
he get an F. He has not spoken for the Georgia people. I think the people have seen who he represents. He represents Joe Biden and the people there in Washington because he's voted with them 96% of the time. And we don't need to keep saying that. Then I think the people can feel it. They can see it. And right now, we're in a tiebreaker. And that's why I said I'm not giving this seat up, because right now the Georgia people are hurting because of this inflation. The Georgia people are hurting because of crime on the street. Kids right now got men and women's sports, all the different things that happened in less than 2 years since he's been in office. And I'm not going to let them continue to destroy Georgia or destroy this country. So I'm going to keep fighting. Right now, we got less than a month. And I can put up with a month, because right now this seat means is a lot bigger than Herschel Walker. And I know they're going to throw more at me, even the kitchen sink, but I can catch it. I'm going to catch it and keep moving forward.
I will tell you, I would argue that's probably true. I mean, it'll be as ugly as it can be. But you know what? They can say whatever they want about you, because there's an awful lot on him and his positions and his statements over the years.
All right, there you go, man. So that's the latest from Herschel Walker. He's not backing down. Looks like he's going forward. Looks like he's ready to win. And in another race, I guess we'll talk about the race. Also in the stock market, let's look right now. Stock market's way up. CPI number, it looks like inflation is starting to cool off. Right? It's cooling off a little bit. Inflation is going down a tick. October CPI report, inflation cools slightly. Market loves it. The market loves it. Look at this. Look at the numbers. Dow Jones Industrial Average up 725. We're coming off the bottom. We're going up. We're going up. NASDAQ up 500. That's huge. NASDAQ is up 5% this morning. S&P 500 up 3.5%. Those are big numbers. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So we're going up. It looks like we're going up. Apple, people jumping. Look at all the green. This is all on the CPI number. It was slightly better than they expected, right? Meaning that inflation, consumer price index, says that the prices of things overall is ticking down slightly. So it doesn't mean that they're not going to continue the quantitative tightening of raising interest rates, but it's a sign in the right direction. If they could get one more. If they get another tick in November, then the markets will recover, and you'll have you could have a decent level by Christmas time, right? At least back to where it fell from. So, yeah, the buyers are coming back in. Probably a lot of short covering. Apple up $7 right now, up 5%. Amazon up 7.5%. Google up 6%. This is just in the morning. Rivian up 13%. Tesla up 3%. Nvidia also up 7%. Bitcoin is at 17,500 right now. I think that's probably a bottom right there. I think people should start to think about moving into a little Bitcoin. War stocks, Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, kind of flat, not enjoying the rally at all. The holy vaccine stocks, the ones that give you the injection, multiple injections to keep you safe so that you don't die of the deadly thing. Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, they're all green right now. What else? Netflix up $9. Whoa. What else? What else? So there you go, man. Beautiful, beautiful. The color green. We love green when it comes to Wall Street. So that's a big bump up right now. Nasdaq. Wow. The Nasdaq. I bet it's going to keep going up. I think it's. I would say that you might end the day even higher. You might even end the day 10% up, based on that number. So we'll talk about it tomorrow morning. Go Wall Street, go Wall Street. So Joe, smirking old Joe, looming Ron DeSantis. Whoa, is Ron DeSantis going to run? Is Ron DeSantis going to run? Joe Biden blowing it off, right? So any day now, Donald Trump's going to announce if he's running. Ron DeSantis is going to run, and I say both of you guys step aside and nominate Ivanka or Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Don't nominate Stacey fucking Abrams. That is a mistake. She's a flippy floppy, a fatty flippy floppy. Don't go there. I don't like her. And don't go with a Sarah Palin. You got to go with someone who is savvy on the national stage. That would definitely be Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Very few gaffes, but Ron DeSantis is tough, man. Ron DeSantis has a track record of doing good stuff that the people of Florida really like, and so we'll find out. We will find out about that. What else we got here? So Zuckerberg walking back. Mark Zuckerberg, they got him on his heels. Here's what Mark Zuckerberg told employees as he cut 11,000 jobs. So Facebook, how's Facebook doing? I didn't even notice it. On this news, news like that tends to move stock. And it is Meta over $100 a share now, up $4. $4. I really do hope this rally keeps going. That's a good sign right there. So Mark Zuckerberg, this is what he told 11,000 people when he fired them. So I gotta subscribe. I gotta subscribe. Why do I gotta subscribe to read it? I just want to read. I don't want to subscribe. Well, I had it up, man. God damn it! They stole that shit from me. Where's the article? I can't read it because I didn't subscribe. What is this? I can't believe I got ripped here. I can't believe I can't see the article. Where is this? Because it's Biz Journal. I want to read this article. I want to read this because it was interesting what he said. And I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. What's his name? Zuckerberg letter to employees. I hate that, man. You gotta. Come on, man. Come on, give it to me, man. We're doing the show. Okay, so here he says here. I'm here today to share some of the most difficult changes we've made at Meta's history. I've decided to reduce the size of our team by 13% and let more than 11,000 of our talent go. So how did we get here? This is Zuckerberg being honest for a goddamn change, right? Zuckerberg is saying this. He's fessing up finally. At the start of COVID, the world rapidly moved online, and the surge of e-commerce led to outsized revenue growth. And then inflation. He didn't mention that. Many people predicted this would be a permanent acceleration that would continue even after the pandemic ended. That's true. A lot of people thought that was the end of, centralized work, that more people were going to work decentralized. It turns out not so much. And he says, I did too. So I made the decision to significantly increase our investments. Unfortunately, this did not play out the way I expected. Not only did his online has online commerce returned to prior trends, but the macroeconomic downturn increased competition and ad signal loss have caused our revenue to be much lower than it expected. I got this wrong, and I take responsibility for it, says Mark Zuckerberg. How about that, man? So I think there's a little honesty there. Chopping away 11,000 workers, Wall Street loves that. Get rid of the trolls, get rid of the censors, follow the way of Twitter, and you'll have a good day. But I like what he says. I like that there's a little truth in what Zuckerberg is saying. A lot of people got that wrong. A lot of people they took all that stimulus money, they overinvested, and now they're stuck. All right, and they got to downsize. They got to chop away some of that fat. So there is. Look at this in Europe, energy bills 90% higher than last year. Oh my God! Right? As if it wasn't bad enough. Imagine you were paying like $400 to heat your house a month, and now it's $800, and you just don't have that kind of money, man. You don't have that kind of money. You gotta figure it out. One other story I wanted to mention is, I guess, a Wall Street story. I bet you didn't know this, that how many different companies, American brands, are owned by others. Check it out. Look at this. Ben & Jerry's. Did you know that? Ben & Jerry's is owned by Unilever in England. Like, just go down the list. Burger King, fucking American hamburgers, owned by a Canadian company. Sunglass Hut is an Italian company. The Italians own Sunglass Hut. Trader Joe's, I know that. Trader Joe's owned by the Germans. American Apparel. It's got America in the name. American Apparel, owned by Canadian company. 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven is Japanese. Japanese owned, right? Come on, man. You wonder why America has, got missiles and bombs and military, plants all over the world. It's probably to protect our investments, right? Protect our shit. Popsicle, owned by England. Hellmann's mayonnaise, owned by the British. Oh my God. Dirt Devil is a Chinese company. Fucking hey, man. Smithfield, headquartered in Virginia, owned by China, Hong Kong. And on and on and on. Look at this, Iron Man, owned by Hong Kong. Forbes, the organization that preaches how powerful and rich Americans are, is owned by the fucking Chinese. General Motors, Chinese. General Electric, Chinese. Good Humor, England. I love how England buys all our fucking crimpets. Holiday Inn, stayed in a Holiday Inn, England. Purina, your dogs are eating Japanese. Firestone, Japanese. It's amazing how many different companies are owned by Gerber, owned by Switzerland. Citgo is Venezuela. How about that, man? I knew that one. Wolof Astoria is owned by China. So many of our companies are owned by others, man. It's sick. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. So anyway, thank you, man. Thank you for joining me. My name is Marcus Conte. And I'm feeling it, man. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling a little tired right now. Hopefully that was a good show. Hopefully it works, man. Hopefully it works for you as much as it works for me. Enjoy your day, man. It's sunny, but it's cold in America right now. Peace, everybody.